I saw a post on Twitter the other day. I still call it Twitter, sorry. And it was from an account that I follow. This guy, he lives in rural Thailand somewhere. And he's always posting about village life. And I've tried desperately to try and find that post, but I can't find it. But it's said something like this. I've got to do it from memory. He said something like, so, comma, the village beauty, and the words village and beauty were in quotation marks, which gives you the feeling that maybe this lady wasn't as pretty as they thought they were. So, the village beauty who married the Farang with the good job, the young Farang with the good job, has several sponsors and a gig. And I'm sure we all know that a gig is a kind of a Thai slang word for sort of casual lover, if you know what I mean. And I looked at that tweet and I said to myself, tell me you've been living in the Thai village too long without telling me you've lived in the Thai village for too long, because it's quite clear that from friends that I talk to who live in the Thai village and following social media accounts of people that live in those rural situations in Thailand, that life can be pretty mundane in those areas. And this is not a video about that, but it's fair to say, even if you...
Hello?
Welsh boy Webby!
He's making a video and I'm going to ruin it for him.
Yakida!
Hello everybody!
Best of luck with your bar, mate.
Yeah, cheers mate.
How's it going?
Yeah, good. Everything's alright.
Yeah, good man. Yeah, I'll come up in a minute and say, I'll come up one day and say hello.
Yeah. I'll pop down and see you as well.
Yakida.
Keep watching.
Right, I'll cut that bit out.
No, don't.
All right, take care. Take care. So, it's quite clear from Welsh boy Webby, funny the people you meet, isn't it? It's quite clear that Thai rural life is, a little bit boring, and you never have got much to do. Now, I speak Thai a little bit, and with the love in the world, in my heart that I have for Thai people, right, you can never really banter with a Thai person. They're not really interested in world affairs. They haven't really got much of a grasp of what's going on in the world other than in Thailand, or even really in the village. And so people tend to sit around all day and they'll gossip about this girl is doing this man has got this woman, and so on and so forth, which is strange really, because we live in Thailand, which is a Buddhist country, and one of the 7 main precepts of Buddhism is that you should not gossip. You should not speak ill of your neighbour or somebody. I can't remember the exact wording of the precept, but basically you shouldn't really gossip. And I see this all the time, and I think to myself, how does that relate to life for me as a bar owner, bar manager? I've got a bar on Soy Diamond, no problem. I need to get that one in. I'll plug Welsh boy Webby's bar. It's really important. I have like a catchphrase, if you like, in the bar, and it's a little bit of a joke, but it's very much a serious point, and that is that I don't gossip about customers. And you can actually extend that to I don't really gossip about my staff either. And that's basically because I deliberately go out of my way to not know a lot about what the staff do, what they get up to, and I genuinely don't talk about other customers to customers. We're in a difficult situation in bars sometimes. There are customers that come in that maybe are married or have girlfriends, children, whatever, and they really don't want their private lives all over the place, and they want to go to a place where they feel that they're safe. If I had some incriminating news or whatever, information about somebody, the last thing I'd do is share it with anyone else, because when people do that, the thing I say to myself straight away is, if they're talking about that person to me, what are they talking about me to everybody else? And it's really important that you have some kind of integrity in this job. I once got offered 10,000 baht. This was before I bought the pub. I was working in a go-go bar, and I had this girl who was working there. She was quite a pretty young thing. She had blonde hair, I seem to remember. And she had this, let's just call him Russian, I think he was like from the Soviet bloc, right, boyfriend, who was quite young. But he was a bit obsessive. I think he had a bit of money as well. For some reason, she wanted to work in this go-go bar. I don't know why, because this bloke was minted. Right. And this guy wanted to meet me one day. He came to the bar when it was closed, and he offered me 10,000 baht to have access to her clock card. And in those days, on the clock card, we wrote down all the drinks they got and all the bar phones they got. And he basically wanted to see if she was coming to work on the day she was going to work, and whether she was being a naughty girl, to put it mildly. And trust me, I was on a pretty low salary in them days, and I really needed that 10,000 baht. But I said no. And the reason I said no was because if I'd have given him a photograph, or I think then it was a photocopy of this girl's clock card, he would have given it to her if she was messing around. And I can't actually remember if she was being a good girl or not. If she was messing around, he would have given it to her as proof of evidence that she was messing around. She would instantly know that I had basically sold her that information to her boyfriend. That girl would have told everyone in that bar, boss has sold me out. You be careful about boss, right? You be careful. I would lose any kind of trust that the staff had with me. And that thing stuck in my head. I always remember that. And I always said, if I get my own place, I'm never going to deliberately, I'm not going to go out of my way to find out about girls, the staff. I very, very rarely even speak to the staff. If you've bought a drink and sat down for 10 minutes and talked to one of my girls, you probably know more about it than me, because I deliberately keep it very formal. I know when they come in, who are late, who are the good workers, who are the lazy ones. That's about it. I don't get into the nuts and bolts of what they do. And similarly, if you come to me and talk to me about private matters, it's a private matter. If you send me a direct message, this is one thing that annoys me so much, is when people come into the bar and they'll show you private messages with very, very confidential information in there that have been sent to them. And I think, jeez, just remind me, I'm never sending you a DM, right? Because I know that is if he's showing me DMs or private messages from other people, he's going to do the same to me. He's going to do the same if I send something to him. And people as well, they put private messages online to make a point. Oh, I had a problem with my boyfriend. Here's all the communication. So what? You know, why are you showing me all that private information? To be honest, I always feel sorry for the person that sent the message. So I think that was not supposed to be public. And the person that you trusted has now turned that into public. Have integrity. Have integrity in your life. Have integrity in your business. And things hopefully will go really well for you here in this country that doesn't gossip. Thank you to Welsh boy Webby. if you want to come to my bar, his bar, by the way, it's called Webby's Bar, and it's just on the turning as you come into Jomtien Beach from Tapraya Road, on the right-hand side there. My bar is called Le Pub on Soy Diamond. Please come and see me from 4 p.m. every night. But until then, from me, Mr. Egg, lovely to see you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.